Triumph over tragedy, the unbreakable spirit of entrepreneurship. Welcome to today's talk, where we'll explore the extraordinary journey of resilience, rebirth, and the raw power of the human spirit. I'm honored to share with you the incredible story of Yolanda Crawford, a woman whose experiences will challenge everything you thought you knew about grief, entrepreneurship, and the delicate balance between the two. Yolanda's journey isn't just a tale of personal triumph, it's a beacon of hope and a masterclass in resilience that has the power to transform lives and businesses across the globe. Yolanda Crawford isn't just an entrepreneur, she's a force of nature. As the founder of FayeRuth OilBlends, a home-based hair care line launched in 2014, Yolanda has shown us what it truly means to rise from the ashes of despair. Her story isn't just inspiring, it's a testament to the indomitable human spirit and a rallying cry for anyone who's ever felt like throwing in the towel. Imagine this. You're at the pinnacle of your career, poised for exponential growth, when suddenly the world grinds to a halt. That's exactly what happened to Yolanda when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Her thriving business, once a beacon of success, slowed to a crawl. But Yolanda, ever the fighter, refused to let a global pandemic extinguish her entrepreneurial flame. She pivoted, she adapted, she persevered. But life, in its infinite wisdom and occasional cruelty, wasn't done testing Yolanda's resolve. In March 2021, her father, battling dementia, high blood pressure, and diabetes, passed away. As if that wasn't heartbreaking enough. Just a month later, on April 10th, Yolanda faced the unthinkable, the unexpected death of her son. Can you imagine the weight of such loss, the crushing grief that threatens to suffocate every ounce of hope and ambition? Yolanda described it best when she said, "My heart ached so bad that I gave up on the business." Those words, so raw and honest, paint a vivid picture of the depths of her despair. In those dark moments when the very act of breathing feels like an insurmountable task, Yolanda found herself at a crossroads. She made the heart-wrenching decision to step away from her business, turning to her social media platform, the very lifeline of her enterprise, to make an announcement that would change everything. But here's where Yolanda's story takes an unexpected turn, one that speaks volumes about the power of community and the lasting impact of quality work. Even as Yolanda retreated to heal, her customers didn't forget her. They kept asking her daughter, who's famous on social media, when FayeRuth OilBlends would return. It was a bittersweet reminder of what Yolanda had built, a testament to the quality of her products and the loyalty of her customer base. Yet, the road back to business wasn't as simple as flipping a switch. Yolanda needed help, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She was, in her own words, sick with grief. She felt like she was dying. And in that moment of profound darkness, Yolanda made a decision that would alter the course of her life. She relocated to Atlanta, not just to change her scenery, but to save her own life. This move wasn't just about geographical relocation, it was about rebirth. In Atlanta, Yolanda embarked on a journey of healing. She went through counseling, reconnecting with her children, and diving deep into spiritual books to understand death. It was a gradual process, a slow emergence from the cocoon of grief. As Yolanda began to see glimmers of light in her darkness, she took small steps towards reviving her business. She started purchasing the things she needed. Her daughter stepped in to help. She even found a spiritual life coach. These weren't just practical steps towards restarting her business. They were lifelines pulling her back to a place of knowing who and what she was. Today, FayeRuth OilBlends is back online, a phoenix risen from the ashes of unimaginable loss. Yolanda is motivated, driven by a new understanding of her own resilience, but perhaps the most powerful lesson in Yolanda's journey is this. She wasn't afraid to ask for help, to try new things in her quest for healing. Now, you might be thinking, that's an incredible story, but how does it apply to me? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever faced a setback that made you want to give up on your dreams? Have you ever felt like the weight of your personal struggles was too much to bear alongside your professional aspirations? If you've answered yes to either of these questions, then Yolanda's story is for you. It's a reminder that our personal and professional lives aren't separate entities, but interconnected aspects of our whole selves. When we face personal challenges, it's natural for our professional lives to be affected. But it's also possible to find a way forward to integrate our experiences of loss and growth into our business journey. Yolanda's story challenges us to rethink how we approach grief in business. It invites us to consider, how can we create space for healing in our professional lives? How can we build support systems that allow us to navigate personal challenges without completely abandoning our dreams? How can we use our experiences of loss and recovery to fuel our passion and drive our businesses forward? These aren't easy questions, but they're crucial ones in a world that often expects us to compartmentalize our personal and professional lives. Yolanda's journey shows us the power of integration. It demonstrates that our vulnerabilities, our struggles, and our healing processes can become part of our business story, adding depth and authenticity to our entrepreneurial journey. But let's not stop there. Yolanda's story is just one example of the incredible resilience that entrepreneurs can demonstrate in the face of adversity. Let me share with you a few more stories that highlight this unbreakable spirit of entrepreneurship. Consider the story of Sarah, a small business owner who ran a successful local bakery. When the pandemic hit, her business, like many others, faced the very real threat of closure. But Sarah refused to give up. She pivoted her business model, offering contactless delivery and creating DIY baking kits that became a hit with families stuck at home. Not only did she keep her business afloat, but she also managed to hire additional staff to keep up with the demand. Or take the case of Miguel, a tech startup founder who was diagnosed with a chronic illness just as his company was taking off. Instead of letting his health challenges derail his dreams, Miguel used his experience to pivot his startup's focus. He developed an app to help others with chronic illnesses manage their symptoms and connect with support networks. Today, his app is helping thousands of people around the world, and his company is thriving. Then there's the inspiring tale of Aisha, a single mother who started a small online clothing boutique from her living room. Just as her business was gaining traction, she lost her home in a natural disaster. But Aisha's entrepreneurial spirit couldn't be dampened. She used social media to share her story, and her loyal customers rallied around her. With their support, she was able to rebuild her business and her life, emerging stronger than ever. These stories, along with Yolanda's, teach us valuable lessons about resilience, adaptability, and the power of community and entrepreneurship. They show us that setbacks, no matter how devastating, don't have to be the end of our dreams. Instead, they can be the catalyst for growth, innovation, and even greater success. But what does this mean for you? How can you cultivate this kind of resilience in your own life and business? First, it's crucial to remember that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and self awareness. Yolanda's journey shows us the importance of seeking support. Whether it's professional counseling, leaning on family and friends, or finding a mentor or coach, building a strong support network can be your lifeline in times of crisis. Secondly, these stories highlight the power of adaptability. In the face of challenges, successful entrepreneurs don't just persevere, they pivot. They find new ways to serve their customers, new markets to explore, or even entirely new business models. Cultivating this flexibility in your thinking and your business strategies can help you weather any storm. Thirdly, never underestimate the power of your community. Your customers, your network, your social media followers, these are not just numbers, they're real people who can become your most ardent supporters. Nurture these relationships, be authentic in your interactions, and don't be afraid to share your story. You might be surprised by the outpouring of support when you need it most. Fourthly, remember that your personal experiences, even the painful ones, can inform and enhance your business. Yolanda's journey through grief gave her a new perspective that ultimately strengthened her business. Your challenges, your setbacks, your unique life experiences, these are not separate from your business journey, but an integral part of it. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them fuel your passion and drive. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, never lose sight of your why. Why did you start your business in the first place? What drives you? What impact do you want to make in the world? Keeping this purpose at the forefront of your mind can provide the motivation you need to keep going when times get tough. Now, I want to challenge you. Think about a personal struggle you're facing right now or one you've overcome in the past. How might you integrate that experience into your professional journey? How could your process of healing and growth inform and even enhance your business pursuits? Remember, as Yolanda's story shows us, it's okay to take time to heal. It's okay to ask for help. And it's more than okay to allow your personal journey to reshape your professional path. Because at the end of the day, we're not just entrepreneurs or business owners or professionals, we're human beings with all the complexity and resilience that entails. Yolanda Crawford's journey reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there's hope. That even when we feel like we're dying, we have the power to choose life, to choose healing, to choose to keep moving forward. Her story challenges us to be brave enough to face our pain, wise enough to seek help when we need it, and resilient enough to keep pursuing our dreams even when the path seems impossible. So, as you go about your day, as you face your own challenges and chase your own dreams, remember Yolanda's words, I still cry, but it's nothing like it used to be. Let that be a reminder that healing is a journey, not a destination. That it's okay to not be okay, but it's also possible to find your way back to yourself, back to your passion, back to your purpose. Your story matters. Your struggles matter. And just like Yolanda, Sarah, Miguel, and Aisha, you have the power to turn your pain into purpose, your grief into growth, and your setbacks into comebacks. I want to leave you with a call to action, a challenge, if you will, to embrace your own resilience and to support the resilience of others. First, commit to vulnerability. Share your story, the ups and the downs, with your network. You never know who might need to hear it or how it might inspire others to keep going. Second, create a resilience plan for your business. What systems can you put in place now to help you weather future storms? This might include building a stronger support network, diversifying your income streams, or setting aside resources for personal development and mental health. Third, be a pillar of support for other entrepreneurs in your community. Offer mentorship, share resources, or simply lend an ear to someone who's struggling. By lifting others, we lift ourselves. And finally, commit to continuous learning and growth. Seek out stories of resilience, study successful pivots, and always be open to new ideas and perspectives. The more tools you have in your resilience toolkit, the better equipped you'll be to face whatever challenges come your way. Remember, entrepreneurship is not just about building successful businesses. It's about building resilient, adaptable, compassionate human beings who have the power to change the world. Your journey, with all its twists and turns, its triumphs and setbacks, is shaping you into exactly the leader and innovator the world needs. So go forth with courage, with resilience, and with the unshakable belief that your greatest setbacks can lead to your most significant comebacks. The world is waiting for your unique contribution, for the business only you can build, for the impact only you can make. Thank you